What is currently going on in Guzape 2? What do I know about Guzape 2? And what are the things about Guzape 2 that I don't actually know? Now, in this video, I am going to give us update about Guzape 2, the things you need to know about Guzape 2 as an investor, and why you should have Guzape 2 in your first investment portfolio as a real estate investor, and why it is pertinent and important to invest now in Guzape 2 if you have the funds available. Hi, welcome to this channel. I am Goodnews Okpabi, a real estate consultant based in Abuja, Nigeria. On here on this channel, I help my investors make profitable and informed real estate investment decisions while using real estate as a tool to building wealth. I am using real estate as a tool to build wealth, and I'm also doing same for my clients. If you have interest in building wealth through real estate, if you have interest to invest in Abuja real estate, you are on the right channel. Click on the subscription button so you can get subscribed and get updates and information about Abuja real estate. Now let's go into the business of the day. So in this video, I'm going to give you clarity on what you should know about Guzape 2 and some things that most people don't even know about Guzape 2, and then the future for Guzape 2 and what you can benefit from Guzape 2 as a real estate investor. Now, what do you know about Guzape 2? I know some of you know that Guzape 2 is an extension of Guzape. Guzape 2 is the undeveloped part of Guzape 2. But is that really all about Guzape 2? That's not all. Guzape 2, yes, is the undeveloped part of Guzape, but it is the most planned part of Guzape. Guzape 2, when construction is fully completed in Guzape 2, is going to be better than Guzape. I know you'd be like, oh, you mean the way Guzape is so beautiful, Guzape is going to look better than Guzape? Yes, it's going to look far better than Guzape 2. The plan that the government has for Guzape 2 is a very beautiful one. Most of you know that when an extension of something is being done, that extension often tends to get better than the main thing itself. We've seen it severally in Abuja real estate. Katampe extension is far better than Katampe main. Same with other locations. That is what's going to happen in Guzape 2. Guzape 2 is going to have more detailed planning and lots of beautiful features that's going to make it one of the sought after location in a few years down the line. Now, some of you may be like, oh, good news, you are saying this, but then nothing is happening in Guzape 2. Guzape 2 is just abandoned. It's now abandoned by the government. It is not abandoned. Development is still going to come in Guzape 2. And I hope you know that, yes, construction started there last year. They started construction, and at the point, they halted. Now, one thing I tell my investors when it comes to investing in real estate, you know that one particular sign that a location has prospect for the future, or the location is a hybrid area to invest in, is when infrastructure is coming into the place. When government begin to show interest in that location, you know that, oh, this particular location has high prospects in the future. And these things, government has done it. They've started construction already. They invited Gilmore. In fact, Gilmore have their building already there. Although a few months ago, they did some internal road network there, not the whole road network, but just some strategic location, not everywhere. It wasn't made open, just an inner work. So Gilmore, they are still there. They have their company and everything in Guzape 2, and they still have their workers there. They are guarding everything going on there. You cannot enter Guzape 2 anyhow. I'm talking to you now. You can't enter Guzape 2 anyhow because they have security men at the gate separating Guzape main and Guzape 2. It's just to tell you the government interest in that location. The reason why the government have not allowed people to start building there currently is they say they want to finish working on the infrastructure, and they'll be like, oh, and the infrastructure they want to work on, they've not started it. They have not started it yet, but they are still going to continue with that infrastructure. Now, Guzape 2 is such a planned location that there are different road networks that's going to connect from there to Apo and to other parts of Abuja. Now, there are some parts of Guzape 2 that people have already built on, which is close to one of our estates they are currently selling, which city Guzape 2. I'm going to do an update video about the estate for those who wants to buy. That's the only estate that I'm selling in Guzape 2 that I know that the papers are okay. FCDA RFO. That's the only property I have in Guzape 2 that I know that is 100% FCDA allocation. I have others, but I'm not marketing because I know that the document is kind of recertified. So it's only that one that I know. And the place where this property is located is sharing close boundary with other developed parts of Guzape, which is where joint FCT minister. Let me just use the word allegedly, but rumor has it that those structures all being Guzape, which is close to our rich city, Guzape, is actually being put up by them, and then some other people, some other investors that are there. And you say, oh goodness, how do you know about this? Yes, because I've been requesting Guzape for the past 3 to 4 months. In fact, since April, I've been requesting Guzape daily because I've been trying to get my clients to get plots, and I was able to get some for my clients, and we even did the fencing work, and that was how I got to know about these things. So Guzape is not just an anyhow area, it is a place for the 1%. Yes, for the 1%. So if you're investing in Guzape, you know they are not just investing in anyhow location. Even if you are buying now, you are actually investing for the future. Because believe me, once they lift the ban of not building, when they say, okay, investors, you can now start building in Guzape, believe me, the price of Guzape is not even going to be double. It's going to like times 4, times 5 of what properties are being sold there. In fact, currently that nothing is going on there, properties are being sold. Price of properties they are appreciating regularly. I am telling you because I've entered the market and I've seen how properties are being sold and prices that people are putting their properties there. In the few years from now, Guzape, any person cannot afford Guzape because of the caliber of men in Guzape. Now, if you don't know that, the people that were put there in Guzape are ministers, governors. If you know the amount of land that the current minister has in Guzape and other ministers, past ministers and other past governors have in Guzape, you will know that Guzape is not a small area. So of course, you know that if you are buying into Guzape, you are not just buying for appreciation, you are buying for class. Because the caliber of people around you is another thing. And imagine having property there, even if you don't want to live there. When that place really gets developed fully, people will be begging to buy those plots from you at a higher rate. When I got into the market just to get that property for a client of mine, when I began to act with the people, the sellers of those locations, not even they're not the direct mandate, but people that were standing in for them. When I began to interact with them, I found out that what they bought those lands a few years ago was not even up to a quarter of what they're selling it now. So imagine what it will be sold for when government starts developing that area. I'm not even talking about when people start building. I mean, when government starts with infrastructure again, the price is going to skyrocket by up to 3 or 4 times. Now imagine when they now say, okay, we are done with infrastructure, people can now build. That's another appreciation on its own. That's what I'm saying now, that if you have the funds to buy into Guzape now, please go ahead and buy into Guzape now if you have the funds. You will say, oh goodness, I'm buying it, no development is happening, so want me to tie down my money? If you are not tying down your money, you are actually preparing for the future. If you want to wait till you see that they've started construction, you are no longer buying an investment and just buying it there at the higher cost. But if you are looking at profit, if you are looking at buying it at the lower entry and you're looking at getting returns, this is the best time to get in. You are not keeping your money idle. Your money is waiting to pump up once building starts. And then even as now, it is still appreciating because they keep on reviewing prices there. It's not what people bought land here there this month that are going to get it in 2 or 3 months down the line. Even our property in which city Guzape have also appreciated. So if you have funds now and you see genuine properties in Guzape, because it's rare to find FCD allocated properties there. I told you I only have one there that I'm sure that I'm selling. So if you see any genuine FCD allocated land in Guzape, estate lands or normal or non-estate land, but to get non-estate land, actually it's on a high ticket side. That's what I want to say. So if you see any genuine FCD allocated estate land or plot in Guzape, please buy. Your money is not wasting. You're actually investing for the future. You're investing in class. Because 3 years down the line, it will be the top 1% that actually be there. You are not just investing for return, you're also investing in the status quo. You know what it means to be like, oh, I own land in Guzape. 3 years down the line, when people hear that you own land in Guzape, they say, yes. So Guzape is a very high brand where you're investing not just in for the returns. The returns is there, but also investing for class, security, and for good and better environment. So this is your sign today to have an investment in Guzape. The whole lot going on in Guzape that you're not aware of. Guzape is a strategic location to have an investment, especially if you're a diaspora real estate investor. Please try to own a real estate investment in Guzape. Try to have Guzape in your investment portfolio. And then our rich city Guzape 2 is still fast selling. We have flexible payment plan option for you. Don't need to break the bank before you start investing in our rich city estate Guzape 2. Plots are actually going down fast. They are going down. In fact, opposite us, I think another estate is about to launch. I've not made an inquiry about them, but they started clearing. And funny enough, where they were clearing was actually opposite my client that bought 3,000 square meters there. And when I saw it, I was so happy. I had to send him the video and say, "Sir, see, you have neighbors coming up, and this is a good thing for investment." So if you want to invest in Guzape 2, reach out to me. Let me help you secure plots in our rich city estate Guzape 2 in a strategic and sweet location. You will like this location, and we have flexible payment plan offer for you. And not just that, your investment is secured. Direct FCD allocation. This is a good investment option for you. If you're here to online in Guzape 2, I'm calling you today. Give me a call today. Let me help you get your plots in rich city estate Guzape 2. Invest in Guzape 2 today. Not just for me, but we see other plots that are FCD allocated properties in Guzape. So please buy. You are not just investing for return. You are investing in class and for a better living for yourself and also for your children. That is a legacy. You know what it means to have Guzape 2 in few years down the line. Just the way you say, oh, people are living in Guzape, they live in Kalampa extension. That is how it's going to be in few years down the line for Guzape 2. Give me a call today. Let me help you get plots rich city estate Guzape 2.